Stealth camping is the act of secretly camping in a public or private area and moving on the next morning without being detected. Stealth camping is an excellent way to not only find free places to camp, but is also a great way to discover excellent campground locations, get a good night's rest in a quiet location, and secure a night's lodging away from the hustle and bustle of other people, animals, and vehicles. In this video, you'll find my 50 best tips for stealth camping anywhere in the world. Know what the law is. Each country treats stealth camping differently. It's totally common and acceptable in some parts of the world, and totally illegal in other parts. Do your research before stealth camping to avoid being harassed, fined, or thrown in jail. Don't be afraid to ask if camping is okay. Sometimes simply asking if you can camp somewhere is the best approach. Don't be afraid to ask locals, landowners, or even the police where you can find a good place to camp for the night. Be quiet. Don't draw attention to yourself by making a lot of noise. Camp alone or in small groups. The larger your group, the more likely it is that you'll be discovered. Groups take up more space and make more noise, thereby attracting more attention to themselves. Avoid making camp in the dark. Not only can you not scout out the location of your campsite as well when it's dark, but any flashlights or headlamps that you might use will give away your location. Find and set up camp just before it gets dark. If you set up camp too early, you might be discovered by people who are still out for the day. If you set up camp too late, on the other hand, you could find yourself trying to pitch your tent in the dark. Know how to set up and break down your camp quickly. Sometimes speed is your best ally. Get in and out of your stealth campsite as fast as you can. Wear earth-colored clothing to blend in with your surroundings. Change your clothes if necessary before you even begin looking for a campsite. Remove reflective items from your clothing, tent, vehicle, and accessories. Remove all lights, reflectors, and white light or flashing material from your tent, bicycle, backpack, vehicle, or other gear so as to not be detected by flashlights or passing automobile headlamps. Look for animal tracks in the area and avoid camping in locations where moose, bear, wolves, raccoons, skunks, and other animals may frequent or use as sleeping locations. Avoid camping in areas covered in large amounts of poo. This means avoiding areas that are frequented by cattle, sheep, goats, and other farm or herd animals. The animals could quickly inundate your campsite, and the animal's tender will easily spot you. Avoid private property and no trespassing sign areas. Not only will you not have the excuse of saying you didn't know you were allowed to be there, but these are generally areas where people, landowners, and the public alike are on the lookout for stealth campers like you. Don't camp in an area where you might be discovered by dogs. A dog on a walk with his or her owner will quickly give away your location. Keep an eye out for hunters. Know when hunting season is and stay out of areas where you might be mistaken for a deer, bear, Bigfoot, or other such animal. Watch out for surveillance cameras. A camera that catches you coming or going from your campsite might be all it takes to get you in a serious heap of trouble. Avoid areas frequented by geocachers. Many stealth campsites are located in the same areas that are frequented by these GPS treasure hunters. Learn more at geocaching.com. Don't arouse suspicion. Don't let anyone see you going to or leaving from your campsite. If you must be seen on your way out of the campsite, just as you are leaving. By then you'll already be on your way, and there's little that anyone can say or do if they discover what you've been up to. Do not camp next to a road, no matter how isolated it may seem. There might not be anyone on the road now, but someone could come along at any moment. Camp above nearby roads or trails. People tend to look down more than they look up, and climbing uphill is difficult, so it's less likely that others will come looking for you if you're up high. Plus, from up high, you can look down on others who might be approaching your camp. Make your campsite difficult to reach. The harder it is for you to get to your campsite, the less likely it is that other people will find you. People are generally lazy and will usually give up before navigating to difficult locations. Beware of landmines, animal traps, quicksand, and other hidden dangers that exist in some parts of the world. Use a brown, green, or earth tone tent to blend in with your surroundings. Camouflage works wonders when it comes to stealth camping. Use shadows to your advantage. Hide in dark spaces, under trees and bushes, for example, where you're not easily spotted. Don't camp on the other side of fences or gates. Even though the fence or gate is open now, it might be locked in the morning. You don't want to get trapped inside a fence or gate and then be unable to escape. Plus, you might also be climbing into a cage of some kind with a bear, mountain lion, or other dangerous animal. The best stealth campsites aren't always the most scenic. The goal is to blend in, not to stand out. So don't be afraid to camp in an ugly area. Don't make a fire unless you have to. Smoke and light from a campfire attracts attention. Minimize the use of lights and electronics. Lights attract attention and can sometimes be seen from several kilometers or miles away. If you must use your light, use it for only short periods of time and in short bursts, kind of like a firefly. Don't camp in a place that could flood or fill with water. This includes dry riverbeds, empty swimming pools, drainage ditches, etc. Don't make camp on the other side of a river, estuary, or canal. These sources of water may flood overnight and cause you to get stuck. Avoid camping in areas that might fill with people early the next morning. Just because the place is empty in the evening doesn't mean it'll be empty when you wake up the following day. Avoid camping in areas where children might play. Not only are kids good at climbing into small spaces and building forts in and under trees where stealth campsites might be, but if they do find you, they'll surely run home and tell their mommy or daddy about the strange person they saw camping in their play spot. Be careful around dirt, sand, mud, and snow. Your footprints and or tire tracks might give you away. If necessary, cover your tracks. Be sure to cover up or hide any footprints or vehicle tracks that might lead people to your campsite. Even broken branches can lead a person to your camp, so try not to disturb the nature surrounding your hidden campsite. Don't set up camp right away. Find a spot you think might be a good location, and then wait a little while. Scout out the location. See if anyone walks past. Notice what animals are in the area. Listen for other campers that might be nearby. After you're sure that this location is a good place to settle down for the night, then go about setting up your campsite. Never get caught. The goal of stealth camping is not to necessarily do something illegal, but to simply enjoy a peaceful night in the wilderness without having to interact with others or worry that someone's going to report you. So stay hidden, camp in peace, and enjoy a free night under the stars. Be willing to change camping spots if after a short while you realize the campsite you picked initially is unsafe or in a location where you might be discovered. Don't be lazy and get caught. Be smart, think ahead, and move on if need be. If you do get caught, ask for forgiveness and offer to leave. There's no need to get in trouble for stealth camping. Simply pack up your campsite, move on, and find somewhere else to spend the night. Don't camp in obviously illegal areas. This means avoiding abandoned buildings, behind people's homes or businesses, military bases, public spaces where children or people might be present, etc. And instead, choose to camp in forests, on deserted beaches, in wild valleys, etc. Sometimes, the best hiding spot is right out in the open, where people passing by will think, I guess you're allowed to camp there. Get over your fear of the dark. Stealth camping doesn't have to be scary. Worrying about animals, people, or mythical creatures that go bump in the night will only add to any anxiety you might have about your stealth camping experience. The more practice you get, the easier it becomes. Finding places to sleep each night becomes easier with experience because you'll learn what to look for in a good stealth camping location, and you'll begin to relax and enjoy the experience the more you do it. You are your own source of rescue. If no one knows where you are and you get sick, hurt yourself, or otherwise get into trouble, you are the only one who can get yourself out of the situation. Be able to call or signal for help if you get hurt, fall sick, or need assistance in an emergency. Carrying a flashlight, mirror, whistle, cell phone, or even a satellite phone might be a good idea. Never camp in the same place twice, or for very long. The longer you stay in one location, the more likely it is that you'll be discovered or that people in the area will object to your choice of campground. Know your way out. Be sure you can find the way from your campsite back to the road or trail that you came in on. If you wake up in the morning and the ground is suddenly covered in snow, for example, finding your way back to the road or trail that you came in on might be extremely difficult. Use a compass or a GPS if necessary to find your way back to the road or trail. Break camp early. Wake up, pack up your gear, and hit the road before most people are even awake or outside. Plan in advance for a speedy getaway. Have your things packed, and if necessary, don't use a tent. Instead, just sleep on top of your sleeping mat, under the stars, or consider the use of a compact bivy sack. Be ready to leave at a moment's notice. All the regular camping rules still apply. Avoid camping in the wind, don't camp under anything that could fall on you in the middle of the night, sleep on flat ground, hang your food if animals are in the area, etc. Leave your campsite in the same condition it was in when you first found it. Pack out all trash and make sure it looks as though you were never there. This benefits both you and future stealth campers who might come after you. Finally, be safe and have fun. Remember that the whole reason you're camping in the first place is to have fun, enjoy the outdoors, and get a good night's rest. If you aren't having fun and generally enjoying yourself, you're doing something wrong. So there it is. Those are my top 50 stealth camping super tips. If you have any other stealth camping secrets that you'd like to share, please leave a comment at the bottom of this video. Thanks for watching, and be sure to like, share, and subscribe.